He's such a cute reindeer.
Christmas edition. It's funny.
Yeah.
All right.
And this is what they look like when
Hey.
they're fighting.
Well, let me start now.
Hey!
All right, come on.
Hey everyone, so welcome to our Christmas edition. As you can tell, he's not too happy about the reindeer ears.
Oh man. So it's Christmas edition. We have been on a journey already. I think it's been about 5-6 months, something like that.
Mhm.
Really, there's been a lot of support. We've had a lot of touching conversations, a lot of variety. From one side to the next, I feel like really touching moms in an impactful way. We've had a lot of people reach out to us about different episodes. There was even a person here in the gym the other day, and she was saying she literally watches our episodes on her lunch break. And I was just like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. She was like, I didn't get to watch the one from Wednesday just yet, but I'm going to watch that here tomorrow. I was just like, wow, that shows like, I didn't even know what somebody even watched in the first place. So it's really cool to see the impact already. And we're going now into a new year soon, but now we're talking about Christmas. What does Christmas mean to you?
So for me, Christmas means a couple of things. For me, my birthday is actually on Christmas. So every single year I would think about, well, it's my birthday, but it's also Christmas. But it was all the different things that we did leading up to Christmas that made it special. So in my family, when December came around, it was what a lot of Hispanics called posadas, or in Colombia, we call it novenas.
Mm-hmm.
So we would all gather around and we're preparing for Jesus' birth. So we'll pray, there's Christmas songs, there's, family gatherings, there's delicious food and all the things. So I think that for me, it was that Christmas time that was very traditional, that we all gathered together. But Christmas in itself, I know may look different for everybody, So for a lot of Hispanics, we celebrate Christmas on the 24th. So we celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. And then usually what we'll do is, we'll have dinner, we'll get together, and we'll open our gifts up at midnight.
Okay.
So for us, that's the
I
tradition.
mean, that's even for us. Like when we were younger, it would always used to be Christmas Day. You have to wake up early in the morning, but that shifted. They were like, you want to sleep in a little bit. So, and it worked for both sides. But then we started waiting until Christmas Eve, basically midnight as well, to open up presents. And that's how it went. But I think it was mostly so that mom could sleep longer because dad won't get up. All right. But it worked for us because you already, as a kid, you're looking forward to opening presents. Like, I don't even want to go to sleep. Like, you just want to get to it. Really, for me though, all of the holidays, I mean, Thanksgiving is really my favorite holiday just because for us, a lot of family really gets together during that time of year. Christmas is normally just our immediate family, just in the past, but I really like holidays for Christmas, for the get-togethers with the family. And now it's just even more special and different because I've never met anybody that had a birthday on Christmas Day. So it's like, all right, how do we do this? All right, got to do your birthday stuff here and then do Christmas here. And it's really cool just to see, I got you.
I'm the Christmas gift.
So yeah, and I mean, this will be our second Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
second Christmas together. So yeah, it's just nice to bring the family together.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's another thing that you've intentionally made special for me is separating, Christmas and my birthday. So like last year, that was an interesting time because maybe a couple of days before Christmas, I started getting a toothache and I was like, what is going on? Like I've never felt this before. And it turned out that my wisdom teeth were actually, flaring up. So I actually got my wisdom teeth removed on the 22nd of December.
We might have to try to insert some pictures right here.
And I was really looking forward to being able to fully enjoy the Christmas meal that you're going to make and the birthday meal. But we still found a way, you know, to do the things that we like, which is spending time together as a family.
God, she was dying, but she was being a trooper. She was being a trooper, but she was messed up. So for me, it was like, it's your birthday. I don't want you to remember your birthday as I was just here laid up in bed hurting. So I'm still trying to do everything I could to make it special for her. Heck, I even had a massage and stuff lined up to go get her a massage. Next thing you know, they canceled the day before. I'm like, all right, okay. So, you know.
So do you want me to tell them what you did? So it was a hot rocks massage. And since, you know, this man is very creative and he's always going to find a way, he ended up doing hot socks.
So I took some rice and I put them in socks and I put them in the microwave. Matter of fact, we had a hotel room and they didn't have no microwave. I was like, can y'all get a microwave in this room? So I paid extra to get a microwave in the room to literally put rice in socks and warm up them as I was giving her a massage. You know, we got to swim in the pool, nice dinner. But yes, she was dying. Like, what is that on my back? I was like, don't worry about it. We'll talk about that afterwards.
And we did talk about it afterwards. And I was like, are you serious?
Felt good though, didn't it?
That didn't even feel like it was hot socks. So,
so it's just like, you know, making the moment, like, I knew she was stressed out, hurting, like, she was already going into, like, my birthday's gonna suck. So for me, it was like doing everything I could to make her feel better, even though I knew it wasn't gonna be like she wanted to be. Even for dinner, like, I'm like, well, technically this is very soft. You can get these scallops. They're tender. They melt in your mouth. Like, so I was trying to do, you know, just have some soups and different things of that nature. Kind of feel like butter. That's real good. Just because wisdom teeth out don't mean you ain't gonna eat good. Birthday girl.
that is cute.
Check right here, guys. Whenever you're ready, no rush.
All right.
Did you want me to get?
See what you think. That's the one right there.
That's really good.
Better than the one restaurant, huh?
Yeah.
Got you covered. Got you, baby.
That's really good.
Told you we weren't gonna miss out. Right. Like, how can we still make it to where you can enjoy the experience as much as possible?
And, you know, even though I was in a lot of pain because it really starts to kick in those days after the surgery, I still really enjoyed maybe not the moments as much as I would have wanted to, but looking back, just all the things that you actually did to make my day still special. So to me, that's the special part.
I made her favorite pastry. It sucked because you were sitting there looking at like, you can't really fully, you had a little bit of it, but you couldn't really have a lot of it, just been on the safe side. But
yeah. That's one of the curveballs of, you know, Christmas time for me is it's actually my birthday as well. But I think that for a lot of people, Christmas looks different from year to year. Whether that is, you know, sometimes people's finances are not all the way there. Or maybe somebody has lost a loved one. And I actually came across somebody today that for some reason people always share with me. And I was saying, well, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. And immediately she just started talking about, well, you know, it's going to be a different Christmas because, you know, this is the first year that I'm going to be, you know, without my dad and it just doesn't feel the same. And we know that that could be the case for so many people, you know, so Christmas looks and feels different for everybody, but it's what you do in those moments, how you're able to just be grateful for the little
That's
things.
exactly what I say.
Even
Yeah.
even last year, maybe it wasn't ideal that that
Mhm.
would have happened, but you still find a way to find something to be grateful for. So I think that that is really valuable in itself, because growing up, I can say that I didn't always enjoy holidays. And it was because I wasn't able to look at certain dynamics that were going on in a positive way. So even if, let's say, you're having to get together with, you know, family members that you're not so close to or you're not so kin to, still find a way, to make it enjoyable for yourself and remember the reason for the holiday, because I think that many times we get caught up in it's all about the gifts. It's about,
Yep.
how much we spend or how big of a gift, the kids get, or, you're expecting some kind of big gift. And I thought that it was nice, when I came along and you showed me how you would do it in your family. And it could be a bag of chips,
Mm-hmm.
but we made it
That's
fun.
that's a big thing for us. And I love that my mom did that. Like, it wasn't always about expensive gifts. It was about how creative you could be to make even something that might seem simple. It was something that's thoughtful for them, but you do it in a certain way. So you might open what you think is how do I say? You might look at it and be like, oh, it's just a chip bag. And now it's stuffed with all kinds of other
Or
random
wow,
things,
I got a
like
huge
a
box.
huge,
And then you start opening the box.
all this
And then there's another
paper and
box.
another
And then
box.
it's wrapped up. And then you end up getting a really tiny gift.
It's like,
And it's like, all that
yeah. So
for
it's like,
this?
then sometimes it's a little riddle, like, hey, you need to go look in this, or it's a riddle that makes you go look in a certain location to go then find another riddle. So
Yeah.
just little things like that you can do to add to the experience versus it only being about the cost of it. It's making those memories that like it makes you want to tell other people about it later, and you pass that on to your kids as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could start like kind of ingraining in your kids that it's not just about the expense of the gift. If you are on harder times, it doesn't feel like as much of a burden when these times of year come up, like, oh my God, I barely can make my bills meet right now. Now I got to spend out all this money. I feel like so many people get caught in the trap of, I'm spending all this money to look a certain way. And now you're starting the next year already like basically underwater.
Yeah.
Just to have the certain appearance to look good.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's like we want to make our kids Christmas special.
Yeah.
Obviously, as moms, as parents, you want them to enjoy and, just have a good time. But I feel like it's also important to teach them the real significance of it, and then what is reality for a lot of people. And I remember this year, I was telling my kids, I believe that, Christmas is not just about receiving, but it's also about giving. What can you do to help other people that are in need? And my son was like, you know what? I would like to give some gifts, to other children, because I've heard stories, at school where some kids come back and they don't get anything for Christmas. Like everybody's talking about, I got iPads, I got a Nintendo, I got all the bigger things. And then there's some kids that don't get a gift at all. And I was like, and that's very real. So I think that even in those cases, just having the most important thing sometimes, which is your family, to share the moment, to share a meal, because some people really are not even able to make meals that they would like for their family.
And really to start trying to set your life up in a way where it's not only the holidays where you get to enjoy yourself at all. Like setting up in a way where it's like, because I feel like that's kind of what happens. People are so caught up in Christmas, Thanksgiving, and birthdays that during the year is like almost suffering during the year. I can't do anything at all because all my money is going to these things. And then the rest of my money is going to bills throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
So finding ways to have activities throughout the year, not all the time, of course, you got to be reasonable, but don't make it to where those are the only days that you're set in stone to do things. There's definitely nothing wrong with holidays at all, but I do think it's important to set your life up in a way that you can do it more often. Because like, even your kids, like your kids see that all the time, that why is it we're struggling throughout the year? And then it gets to this thing, and now we get this special moment. and now we're struggling again. So I think it's better to not put so much emphasis on just one day. How can we start living a better quality of life consistently? What things can I do now, starting the new year, so that we can have more consistent good times?
I like that.
Yeah. So your birthday falls on Christmas Day. When you think back on all the different birthdays and things you've had, what's been the most memorable birthday that you enjoy? Like what things come to mind?
So it's interesting that you say that because we were talking about it recently, and you pointed out that you noticed that I like more of experiences than gifts. And now that you say that, one of my most memorable birthdays slash Christmas was in Lake Tahoe. So my family, we decided to all go to Lake Tahoe, and we rented out a cabin and we did all the Christmas stuff, and we got on uh
Cliffhanger be like, what you get
on those snow skis. And one of the
Yeah.
reasons why it is so memorable is because I remember screaming my head off because I was so scared.
Wow. Got it.
And it was me and my Aunt Natalia. She was driving.
Oh boy.
And I was holding on to the back of her like this. And it was like, this is the funnest, most scariest thing I've
Wow.
ever done in my life. And I think I was like, maybe 8.
Wow.
And I remember that.
That reminded me, like, even you said, I'm like, so basically the opposite experience of when we was in Dubai and we were going across those dunes inside that. I can just
So
imagine
instead of sand, it
it
was
was
snow.
snow. Wow.
And
you're not even I wonder, at that time, did you hate cold weather at that point?
I don't
Not
think I
really?
hated it that much.
Yeah.
But it was just like,
Wow.
what is going on right now? I'm loving it and I'm scared at the same time.
Wow.
So yeah, that's one of my most memorable, and just, feeling special because I felt like the whole trip was for me. And I was getting this kind of trip at 8 years old. So, and you've definitely continued the tradition.
And for me, it's crazy when I think about my childhood. We used to play a lot of games. So when we get our Christmas present, oh, we got a game? Got a game? We'd be playing games from midnight throughout the day, stop, get some food, play some more games. We just love playing games. So that was a big part of one time we were in, Florida for Christmas one year. That was really cool. That was different. We were down there with the family and, yeah, we went to Disney World, Universal Studios. So at that point, that was something we hadn't done in a long time.
Wow. You know what? I just remember something.
What?
So my parents took me to Disney World in Florida for my 4th birthday. That was our first year in the United States, and I turned 4, and they took me to Disney.
What?
Yeah.
At 4 years old?
At 4 years old.
Do you even remember, like, really any of it?
I don't remember a lot of it, but I have pictures of it.
Wow.
And I was, like, that's just the
That's
dream.
a crazy just getting here experience.
And not just the fact that it's Disney, obviously, but we're in America.
Yeah.
And I think that was a dream for so many people. Like, looking back, that in itself must have felt like an accomplishment to my parents.
Sure,
and then it's like, for your birthday? So I'm going to have to insert some pictures as well. Because it's crazy just going back and thinking about all the memories.
Tell you what else is crazy. Those ticket prices now. Disney went up, 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 up and away consistently. So that's funny. But yeah, we got to get down there at some point with the boys too. This time of year is just about being grateful, being thankful, family, friends, and just, I feel like also just looking forward to what's to come. Really start, if you, it doesn't matter what situation you're in right now, start having a little bit more positivity towards what your future could be like. And you might be surprised how many other opportunities you see just by not looking at everything in such a negative way.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot on the other side of that negativity that's currently in your mind.
And just to think that we're just a couple of days away from the new year. So this is the perfect time to, enjoy your family and reflect on the things that you really want for the year to come, and not just make it about New Year's resolutions,
Yeah.
but making a plan, make a plan for how you're going to make these things happen and visualize it, like see yourself already there so that it can actually come to life.
Yep. Whatever your plans are, don't only focus on just the goal, focus on the things it takes to get to the goal. What things can I do consistently on a daily, weekly, monthly basis that's automatically going to give me what I want? Just like weight loss, right? So if it's weight loss, I'm going to come to the gym a certain amount of times. I'm going to eat certain things. I'm going to get a certain amount of sleep. Just stay consistent.
Yeah. And if you feel like you do need help with those weight loss goals, those fitness goals, definitely reach out to us.
Yep.
And we'll see what we can do to assist. But just make sure that you're being very intentional about the things that you say you want, because you don't want another year to come by and say, wow, I didn't do anything. I said these were my goals, but I didn't achieve any of them.
Yep.
So, we obviously want this year to look very different for a lot of you guys, for you to get the results that you want. But with that being said, this is just a shout out for everybody that has supported us, that has loved on us, that has been impacted by us, that has allowed us to be any kind of support or impact in their life. And we just hope that the seeds that we are planting now grow and they allow for much more in the future.
And you really got me up here in these antlers. I believe I'm literally sitting there in the gym with these antlers on a podcast episode. If you would have asked me this a year ago, I'd be like, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Well, with that being said, Merry Christmas to everybody.
We back at it again for
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's, New Birth of the family. We're out.
See you.